Crazies. Is this going to be a video? It better be. We're going to yap for 8 minutes long so that way I can milk you guys dry with all the ads. Just kidding. We love and appreciate all you guys and the support. But for those of you who don't know, we have more news from Mario64. If you're not following this guy on Twitter, he gets a lot of deals, lots of news. I recommend it. And he's not even paying me to say that. And we got people on the Twitch saying, I love watching your ads, Crazy. I make sure to watch the ads on 0.5% speed so that way I give you more money. Thank you. Appreciate that. Warner Brothers Games is shutting down Monolith. I didn't know who that was or what they made. PlayerFirstGames, who's that? Didn't they make this like the shit game Multiversus or something? And Warner Brothers San Diego, beautiful Wonder Woman game is canceled as well. That was rumored as well, dude. I don't know their plans, but they need to figure out what they're doing. What does this mean? This means there's absolutely zero hope for all the Save Multiversus fans. Please
save Multiversus. Please, will you? I want Multiversus to have a season 6. Please, can this game succeed?
Stop! I haven't tweeted out or said Save Multiversus once. You want to know why? Because the only people who could have saved Multiversus, you know, the people like Ajax and all the other people who are saying hashtag Save Multiversus. Hey, guess what, buddy boy? PlayerFirstGames, and they're the ones who were supposed to be saving Multiversus after the beta shut down. They're supposed to be rebuilding it and saving it and making it better. And guess what? They made a worse game. They made a game that has less features, less content, less balance, less everything. The only thing you could objectively say that was better was the netcode. Probably. Everything else was hot doo-doo trash, hot diarrhea. Speaking of hot diarrhea, I gotta get back. 1 second. That basically just confirms that it's done. Multiverse isn't coming back. And then we have some people tweeting and everything. Why would Warner Brothers Games buy PlayerFirstGames just to shut them down? Allegedly, they had a contract with PlayerFirstGames to support Multiverses for multiple years. They literally bought them so they could close Multiverses. I could see that point of view, but in a previous video, we looked at the Reddit who worked there. Long story short, he basically said it was mismanagement. It was Tony's fault, hardly Warner Brothers. I'm sure they're to blame as well. They bought PlayerFirstGames because they wanted to push Tony out as much as they can, but legality and yada yada. But if that's true and that's the case, maybe, just maybe, a glimmer of hope, a glimmer sparkle in your eye, a wish upon the star, a genie in the lamp could come to fruition, and they want to get rid of the whole company so that way Tony doesn't have a stupid bald head on it anymore, so that maybe they don't have plans for it now. Maybe they'll have it on the back burner. Maybe, just maybe, they'll have a future for Multiverses. It's not like they're going to delete the game. They have the IP. They know the IP is probably strong deep down, just mismanaged, as they keep saying. What if years down the line they find the right development studio, they find the right people, the right time to start working on the game again? But obviously you wouldn't want PlayerFirstGames to be a part of that because they've tarnished the name so bad to play your last games. They wouldn't want that, would they? So they want, hypothetically, copiumly, imagine 3 years down the line, or maybe 3 to 5 years, you just hear Multiversus being revived. A whole new game, actually fleshed out game. I don't know. That would be insane. And they change the model to pay. Maybe they give the game free to people who have spent a certain amount of money, like over $60 or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe they scam everyone and just make a paid game. Anyway, that is like the only thing that I could see happening for that reasoning of shutting down Multiversus. And their site gets transferred to Warner Brothers, highlighting their Harry Potter Quidditch champions. Beautiful on Steam. Ooh, they still have Multiversus there. That's sour taste. And I cannot believe this is a mobile game. This really pissed me off. Game of Thrones Conquest. Eat my ass. And alongside that, speaking of all the shutdowns, which is the Monolith Productions, which is the rumored Woman Wonder game was being made. And that is shut down as well. And also, if you guys don't realize, the Warner Brothers director or whatever CEO for the games has stepped away and they're trying to find his replacement. And obviously they're gonna have a replacement that cares about Multiverses, right? You just never know. It's wishful thinking. Apparently his name is David Haddad. Warner Brothers Games aims to return to growing its mobile games revenue. Ooh, as well. Oh, Multiverses is going to be a mobile game confirmed. As we regain our credibility and swagger at producing great games. Okay. We need to and will do better for our fans first and foremost. That's making those games won't help. And also because regaining that credibility is critical to us securing even more investment in games in the years to come. See? Years to come. They'll transfer over to Multiversus again. Getting our swagger back happens one high quality game release at a time, and our financial credibility gets rebuilt one fiscal quarter at a time. I mean, that might be kind of weird that he's saying that, but it might be realistic. The reality of what's happening. Delivering what we said we would deliver, no big negative surprises. I hope Warner Brothers gets bought out by Disney, yes, because Disney has made nothing but amazing stuff. Disney Speedstorm, I bet you love that game, Venus, huh? 54 in group chat. It's not even enough to say that they're online. I bet you've played Disney Speedstorm, right? What else have they made that you would so enjoy so much for Disney? Ah! This guy is so butthurt about them shutting down PlayerFirstGames. I don't know what it is that he owes PlayerFirstGames. I don't know why he thinks that PlayerFirstGames is the God Almighty who did nothing wrong. It's like, isn't he having the same mentality as it when Warner Brothers is shutting down PlayerFirstGames? Isn't that the same mentality? I hope Disney buys out Warner Brothers and shuts it down, is basically what he's saying. So nice being hypocritical. And some of you might be wondering, what does this mean for Multiversus? None of us will know. But as I said before, the only small freckle pixel of hope we have is if they decide that it's worth making it a good game, as they say, to make good quality games down the line with a different vision, different director, etc. Let's not get our hopes up. Multiversus is probably dead and we gotta move on. And now, in other news, Nick Smirks is the biggest fucking pussy in the world. Alright, next. Oh, here we go. Bugs. Bought them out just to shut them down. Wow. I mean, can we blame them for shutting them down? Can we really? They acquired them to make the game better, not make the game worse, and they made the game worse and they failed on multiple levels. I'm not saying Warner Brothers is not totally free of blame. I'm sure they had forced microtransactions that were scummy a little bit. I don't know. They made a beta. It was successful. They remade the game and they just failed miserably on a lot of different fronts. So they didn't learn from their mistakes. And you know what? If you don't learn from your mistakes, if you're always late to work, if you're always making those mistakes at work, guess what? You ultimately get fired! Get it? Welcome to the real world. Alright, crazies, that's all I have for you today. As long as you follow these 12 fucking rules, then you will succeed in life. You will succeed, they would have succeeded in Multiverses. But you know what? Not all things can be happy. Doodah land, riding off in the sunset. Let me know what your thoughts on the whole thing. Were you someone who was wanting to save Multiverses, who had hope and now doesn't because of the facts of PlayerFirstGames officially shutting down? For me, one, I knew the game was shutting down. I knew it. I had plenty of copium before the game was coming out. I had the most hype I ever could for a game in the world because of how strong and fun the beta was. I was super excited and I wasted all that. I just ran out. I ran out. But crazies, thank you all for watching. And with that, I say good night and goodbye. Goodbye, crazies. Goodbye, crazies. I love you, crazies. Goodbye.